The Last Bison's music is woven throughout the Rivals of Amziah King, providing an emotional backdrop through the beautiful journey the characters embark on. The musical duo joined us here in studio, so check it out. Joining me now, our musical duo, Ben and Amos from The Last Bison. Guys, I'm so excited that you're here. We were all together last night at the Rivals of Amziah King. It was such a good event. You guys performed there. How are you feeling this morning?
Grateful.
Tired.
Grateful, tired. Yeah, it's a good mix. So here's the thing. You guys are so involved in this film and what it is and what's happening. So I just want to start with, like, how were you approached? How did you get involved with this project to start?
I will start by saying that I am serially bad at checking my email address.
Aren't we all?
So I'm going to throw this one to Amos because he's the one who saw the email in the first
You have to
place.
remember this is like also like mid-COVID too, so we also weren't like doing, we weren't like super busy.
Yeah.
And so, I saw an email come in, I was like, this looks legit. I think I text Ben. Ben's always doing something, so Ben was like, yeah, okay. And then another week went by, another email came in, I was like, dude, I think you should probably like maybe check in on this one. And so I like to claim total responsibility for everything. So
Deserved.
Ben ended up following up.
So I reached back out to the email. It was a music supervisor. Hey, we want to put 2 of the Last Bison songs in this film, The Rivals of Amziah King. Matthew McConaughey will be performing the songs live. It's not just a classic sync. And I was like, let's go. That's how we got approached. I know after becoming friends with Andrew Patterson, the director, that him and his wife just used to blast the songs on road trips and sing them loud, and it was kind of always in his mind and heart to put it into the script of this movie. So.
Yeah. It's interesting too because the songs become a real focal point of the film, right? Like we see you guys perform them, but they're also played, repeatedly throughout the film. What does it mean to you to have your music convey such emotion and such a film that really takes us on this beautiful journey? There's so many different things happening throughout, and that was like the one thing that kept sticking with me in the screening last night was like the music is what really kind of gets you through.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, the point on emotion. I think we've always strived to, rather than making music that like sounds cool or cool to us, just to make music that really conveys the emotion we're feeling at the time of writing the song. The songs in the movie Inheritance and Quill, that emotion is largely joy, and I think that is such a through line of the Rivals of Amziah King, is this infectious joy of being in real community where you can lean on one another and be there for each other in the good times and the bad times. And that's kind of what we want the music to do for people. And a lot of the songs that we write in the context of the living room or the dining room, just hanging out and coming up with parts, and you see that echoed throughout the film and actual scenes in the movie.
Yeah, I don't think you could have had like a better fit. Like that was 100% the right. It almost felt like if you were to make like hey, can we make a music video for this or something? That's like and I watched it for the first time last night, so it felt like it fit. I don't think you could have made a better the scene where he's teaching her and stuff. It just
Well, that's what's like really intriguing to me too, especially in the first half of the film, is that music becomes this sense of kind of like belonging and community for this very much found family dynamic. And so I'm curious, like, how does that work for you all? Because music is such a communal thing, and I think it's really cool that that's what's used to continually bring this kind of ragtag group of people together in the film.
Music is a community builder, and when you're in a band, you're kind of inherently choosing a family. You are on the road and you are learning to deal with conflict with each other. You are learning how to say sorry the next morning after something blows up, and learning to be there in the way that the people you're doing life with need you to be. And I think that's one thing we see echoed in the kind of the plot of the movie is that is what these worker bees, if you will, and these different members of Kateri's community are doing, and Amziah's community are just kind of the building blocks of of a family. So.
Yeah. Something that I think is really profound about the film is honestly McConaughey's involvement, right? Because they even address this in the Q&A kind of after the screening, but this is like very much an indie project, like in kind of all the ways, right? Like having you guys involved. This was Angelina's first film. This was only one of Andrew's like first few films. Like there was just so many cool little layers to it, but then you bring in a legend like McConaughey. And what's really cool about where you all come in with that is that he does perform with you in the film several times, and then he also performed with you live last night, as you mentioned. And so I'm curious, like, what was it like just bringing this absolutely legendary actor in McConaughey into your musical world? Because I'm sure there was a sense of like he had to learn a little bit from you all.
Yes. When I first, I got to Birmingham after I got cast in the film, which was a couple weeks after we licensed the songs. And the day I got there, I met Matthew, and he came up to me and was like, I've been listening to Quill for a few weeks now, man. I'm really excited to play it with you. And I was just like, whoa, this is wild. And then we were rehearsing it, you know, over the next coming days. And he's just such a charismatic but also super humble, and just wanting everyone to be the best they can be. And so he brought a new energy and life to the song that wasn't there before. And kind of getting to witness that transformation in real time while we filmed that scene was really special. I wasn't originally in the script for the dining room scene. Andrew emailed me after my first day on set and was like, hey, loved working with you. Would you be interested in being added to this scene? I think it would help get this song right. And I was like, yeah, for sure. But inside, I was like, totally cool. I was immediately calling my wife. I was like, they're adding me to scenes. I must have done okay. Yeah. And a couple days later, we were there in the living room, just blasting out the O's at the end of Quill. And I think that me being there, being able to sing the song, really allowed Matthew to start improvising and beating on the table, and kind of created a space where I was able to lay down the foundation, and everyone else was kind of able to just live in that moment. And so being able to just kind of sit back and watch that unfold was something I will never forget.
Yeah, I like the concept though of like you and Matthew holding down the fort in two different ways, right? And then allowing everyone else to kind of breathe and do the thing. I think that's like really magical in a lot of ways. So to expand on that for a second though, you mentioned you were casted, this was your acting debut. And so what was that like for you all around? I know you kind of just hinted at it a little bit, but.
Yeah, I mean, I played Mrs. Potts in the Beauty and the Beast homeschool production in high school.
Yeah, so, of course you did.
So I was always preparing for this. Wore the teapot and everything. But I was a little nervous, but I was mostly excited. I was like, I existed for a long time in entertainment spaces. We do so much back and forth with the audience at a live show setting, and just banter. And so I think for me, and having been in front of the camera for music videos and stuff, it was an exciting thing where I was less nervous and more like, yes, I really want to do this,
right? And
I want to do more of this. And after the first day filming, I just kind of caught the bug, and I was like, man, this is so much fun to get to be creative in a different setting than I'm used to.
Yeah. And kind of just explore what you're capable of too. I feel like it's like really cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I was so focused on getting the music right in the scenes that I was just like sitting there. Like I wonder what I could do if I didn't have to be so focused on keeping all the songs going. So maybe we'll see.
Well, I think it was a smart move. I mean, I think you it felt very natural that you were a part of it, and it was just really cool. I think that you were a part of that. So your reimagined album, Our Inheritance, comes out kind of in conjunction with this film in a sense. And what's interesting is this is an album that you guys have completely revisited from years ago. And so I'm curious, like, what inspired you to revisit this music and give it new life now?
I was inspired by seeing new life breathed into Quill through the movie. And just started thinking through, like, we could do this to this whole record, it was so fun revisiting the first songs we ever put out as a band. And because we only did Inheritance and Quill, I was like, why don't we just revisit all these songs and sit with them again? I think one thing that you have to do as an artist is kind of be kind to your past selves.
Sure.
And extend grace to your past selves, but sitting with what we did when we were like
teenagers,
18, 19, 20 years old, and getting to redo it all and get back into the head of me as a teenager and where I was it was almost like living in someone else's shoes. Because it was so long ago. We did that 15 years ago.
But kind of cathartic in a way. I have
Absolutely.
To say, right?
Yeah, it matured, we matured, and then like when the reimagined what we had recorded was out in LA when we were on a major label, and it felt like we were kind of doing it again as us, because we did it in a friend's studio, a great studio.
Like in your own way.
Yeah, and we did it kind of more on our own time, and Ben lives up in DC, but he came down, and we recorded in Virginia Beach. It's like, you know, it is very much like what we've done, and most of our records that we've done have been with friends, and like just hodgepodge, pull them together. And so it was very much in the life of The Last Bison too. It wasn't in the big studio in LA and stuff. It was, which is nothing wrong with that. But it was very much felt like we kind of just got back to us again. So that's why it's our inheritance too.
I think I love the original version. I think there's a comfortability with this new version that the songs have been lived in for some time now, and we have grown up with these songs in a way, and to revisit them as, you know, elders now,
as dads.
It's just a really, really beautiful and unique experience to get to do. I'm really just grateful that we decided to do it.
Sure. And like not an opportunity everyone gets in life, right? Like to revisit something and reimagine it and make it like better in a sense, right? So I think that's really special.
I think it's better.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys are very ingrained in this film. You have this revisited album coming out very soon. What else is ahead for you this year? Can we expect to see you live? Can we expect more music? What's going on?
Yes.
Yes.
All the above.
we got some shows on the books later this year that we will be pushing out soon, and we got another record in the can.
Love it.
And we're figuring all that out, but a lot of new tunes, a lot of new ideas. We're just excited to start getting out there.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you guys for doing this. I hope you're enjoying Austin, and it was so fun getting to see you guys last night at the event as well.
Thank you.
You can keep up with The Last Bison on social media and all music streaming platforms, and see their music performed on screen in the Rivals of Amziah King in theaters August 14th.